Let me start by saying I'm not a paranoid person. I don't have cameras inside my house. I don't check my locks twice. I used to leave my car doors unlocked half the time because I figured, what's the worst that could happen in a town like this? I live in a suburb outside Boise, Idaho. Quiet, boring. The kind of place where the biggest news is a zoning dispute over a new gas station. I go by Marcus online. I'm 28. I work in logistics. And until 4 months ago, my biggest stress was spreadsheet formatting. This story starts at a Crunch Fitness, the one on Fairview. I've been going there for about 2 years. Same time, same routine, 6:30 p.m., right after work. I'm not a fitness guy. I just wanted to stop my lower back from hurting. There was this other regular. Let's call him Derek. Derek was unremarkable. Average height, average build. Somehow always wearing a black hoodie, even in July. He never spoke to me. Just nodded. That was fine. Gym nods are transactional. I see you. You see me. We were both suffering through leg day. Goodbye. That went on for maybe 8 months. No conversation. No eye contact longer than a second. Then one night, I was loading the leg press, and he walked up. You need a spot? I laughed. On leg press. He didn't laugh. He just stood there. Then he said, you never know. I thought it was a weird joke. I said, I'm good, man. And he walked away. That should have been the end. 3 days later, he found me on Instagram. I have a common name, and my profile is private. So he had to have searched specifically for me. I figured maybe he saw my gym tag or asked someone. I accepted the follow request because I didn't want to be rude. Mistake number 1. He started small. Good lift today. That deadlift form is clean. Normal gym bro stuff. I'd reply with a thumbs up. Then it got faster. He'd send reels at 11 p.m. Then 1 a.m. Then 3 a.m. They weren't memes anymore. They were videos about loyalty, friendship. Real ones don't leave. I started taking longer to reply. He'd double text, triple text. Then he'd reply to old stories from 2 years ago. I posted a photo of my apartment balcony once, just the railing and some trees. And he commented, nice view. He didn't know where I lived. I hadn't told him, but he knew the trees, the specific angle of the light. That messed me up more than I want to admit. He asked me to hang out outside the gym. I said no twice. Third time, he said, my girlfriend's coming. Her friend too. Double date energy. I was lonely. I'll just say it. I've been single for a while. The idea of a low-stakes night out sounded fine. We met at a bowling alley. No girlfriend. No friend. Just Derek. Already 2 drinks in. He was different outside the gym. Too loud. Too close. He kept touching my shoulder, my arm, my back. Every time I moved away, he'd find a reason to close the gap again. Then he started talking about his ex. In detail. How she betrayed him. How he paid attention to everything. And she still lied. I said, that sounds rough, and looked at my phone. He grabbed my wrist. Not hard, but deliberate. You're not like her, he said. You're consistent. I pulled my hand back and said I had work early. He stood up when I did. Followed me to the parking lot. Watched me get in my car. I drove off and saw him standing there in my rearview mirror. Not moving, just watching. I told myself I was being dramatic. He was just a lonely guy with bad social skills. I stopped going to that gym. I switched to a 24-hour fitness across town. I didn't tell Derek. I just faded. For 2 weeks, nothing. His messages slowed down. I thought it was over. Then I started seeing the car. A dark gray Honda Civic. Nothing distinctive. No bumper stickers. No tint. But it kept appearing. Outside my office. In the grocery store parking lot. Once at 11 p.m., parked across the street from my apartment with the lights off. I couldn't prove it was him. Plates were out of state. Generic. One night I was lying in bed. First floor. Window faces the street. I heard something outside. Not a knock. Not a voice. Just breathing. Close. Right on the other side of the glass. I froze. Then a whisper. Not loud enough to make out words. Just rhythm. Like someone practicing a sentence over and over. I didn't move. I didn't check. I lay there for an hour until I heard footsteps walk away. In the morning, I found a single footprint in the flower bed under my window. No shoe tread pattern I could identify. Just the shape of a man standing there. Waiting. I installed a doorbell camera the next day. 3 nights later, I got the notification. 2:14 a.m. Motion at front door. I pulled up the live feed. Derek. No mask. No hood. Just him standing on my porch, staring directly at the camera. Not blinking. Not smiling. Just breathing. He stood there for 47 seconds. Then he turned and walked away. I called the non-emergency line. They said without a threat or property damage, they couldn't do much. Block him, they said. Document everything. I blocked him. Mistake number 2. Because when you block someone like that, you don't make them go away. You make them creative. The tire was first. A clean cut. Not a nail. Not a pothole. A knife. Then my work badge went missing from my car. I thought I dropped it. 2 days later, a photo was texted to me from a burner number. The photo showed my badge sitting on what looked like a kitchen table I didn't recognize. The caption, "You left this." I went to the police station in person. Showed them everything. The officer, a woman in her 50s with tired eyes, said, "You've got enough for a restraining order." So I filed. Derek was served 3 days later. That night, my camera caught him again. Same porch, same stare. But this time he was holding something. A piece of paper. He held it up to the camera. It was a printed copy of the restraining order. He was showing me he'd received it. And he was still here. I moved. Not far, just across town. Didn't update my address on socials. Didn't tell anyone except my parents. I haven't seen Derek since. But last Tuesday, I got a notification from my old doorbell camera, the one I left at the old apartment. I thought I disconnected it, but it still had battery. The motion clip showed a figure walking past the old porch at 3 a.m., facing the door like he expected someone to answer. He doesn't know I moved. Not yet. But here's what keeps me up at night. When the officer served him the restraining order, she asked for his address. He gave one, an apartment on the other side of town. I looked it up last week. It's a vacant lot. There's no building there. So wherever he's sleeping, he didn't write it down. If you meet someone at the gym who doesn't know how to stop watching you, leave before you know their name. I'm Marcus. That's not my real name. And I'm typing this from a hotel. Because my new apartment doesn't feel safe either. He found my LinkedIn yesterday. No message. Just a view. Subscribe for more true horror stories.